We work so you can play. MiniWarGaming's Warmachine League Battle Reports, Season 2.
Hey MiniWarGamers, MiniWarGamer Joel here, and today I am joined by...
Dustin.
And...
Nick.
You have seen these two guys before. We're here for another Warmachine Hordes League game. This is game number 11. And today, what did you bring, Dustin?
Highborn list.
Okay, so that's Mercs, right?
Yep. Durgen's my caster.
Okay, and I think you have a huge base model on your side,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
the Earthbreaker came along this time.
Very nice. So we'll get to see the Earthbreaker in action. And what did you bring today, Nick?
I got Legion of Everblight.
Okay, and who's your caster?
Absylonia.
All right, so that's going to be pretty interesting. She does a lot of things for beasts, so we'll see that. We're playing 50 points, 2014 scenario. We've already set that up. I'm going to explain that in just a minute, and we'll also show you the full army lists. So let's get to the action. Here's Nick's 50 points of Legion of Everblight, and as we said, it's all being led here by Absylonia. What else do you have in your list here, Nick?
She's got 2 Shredders.
Okay, for that Tenacity Animus.
And a Harrier, because this is her tier 4.
Okay.
If I have 3 Lesters in my army, they all get advanced deployment.
You don't see the Harrier too often, so that'll be neat to see on the field.
I have 3 Forsakens.
Ooh, that's a lot of Fury management, a lot of Blight Bombs.
Her part of her tier is for each Forsaken, one of my heavy war beasts gets an advanced move at the start of the game.
Okay, so you're gonna get 3 advanced moves essentially.
So I got a Naga Night Lurker, because his Animus is always good.
Very nice.
Got 1 Shepherd, because I had an extra point, and it's the only thing you can bring in her tier list.
Okay, so tons of Fury management.
She's got Typhon, because her 1 spell fixes his not reach problem.
Okay, oh right.
Got Scythian.
Okay.
I've got the Angelius.
Okay.
Because her spell, Forced Evolution, +2 defense and strength.
Plus tenacity on it makes it a ridiculous defense, right?
And now his armor piercing's POW 16.
Wow.
And then I've got Carnivian just because Spiny Growth's good.
Yeah, okay. And that is Nick's 50 points of Legion. Here's Dustin's 50 points of Mercs. Or what contract did you say? Highborn?
Highborn.
Highborn Covenant, okay. Yeah. And as Dustin said, it's all being led here by Durgen Madhammer, the AoE king.
Yep.
All right, so what else do you have in the list here, Dustin?
Typical pairing with them is Reinhold. Gives him that reload for another extra 4-inch AoE bomb.
Nice.
Dougal for the artillerist ability, help me reroll my deviations if I need to.
Very nice.
He also has some more AoEs over here with her and Joan.
Okay.
The Earthbreaker himself with he's got some good AoE damage too.
I'd say so. Look at that thing. Giant Earthbreaker.
And Thor, just to make him even that much more scarier over there.
Yeah, I've heard that that's a common pair for to always bring Thor with the Earthbreaker now. He can boost all of attack rolls or all damage rolls, right?
Correct, yes.
Very nice.
It's very handy. I got Rupert right there.
Okay.
Giving tough to probably the Forge Guard or possibly my Risen.
Okay.
The Driller in behind.
So you do got another Jack besides the Earthbreaker.
Yeah, just in case I need some heavies to go down.
And he gets sustained attack with that drill if he connects, I think, right?
Yeah.
All right, very nice.
On the first hit.
And these are the Risen you were talking about.
Yep.
What's the leader of that group called again? Alton Ashley or something like that?
No, Alton's over here. He's,
that's that person. What was the leader of the Risen?
Alexia.
Alexia, that's it.
Yes.
Sorry, another A name.
No problem.
Told you guys, I don't know Warmachine that well.
She can turn them into the thralls over here.
Okay.
With her weapon masters, POW 9s.
Okay.
And yeah, she just keeps bringing them back for every living model that dies in her control area.
Very nice.
In maintenance phase, and she can use some little neat tricks with them too.
Okay, and this is Alton Ashley over here.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Okay, what does Alton do?
He's range 14. If he hits a war beast, he can roll d6 damage regardless of what his actual POW does to it. So it's,
okay.
Yeah, it just takes war beast down a little bit.
Kind of like Saxon Orc, both of them really don't like war beasts, but I think they hate each other in the fluff as far as I remember.
I'm not too sure of that.
Alright, and then Gorman DeWolf up here at the front, throw out some bombs.
Yeah, some black oil in.
Okay, and you got the Tactical Arcanist Corps.
Yep.
And they also throw out some AoEs, eh? Some fire...
Fire AoEs and crit, everything gets lit on fire there.
Very nice. And what's your last unit up here at the front?
I've got the Forge Guard.
Okay.
Typical hammer guys.
Very nice reach unit for the Mercs.
Yep, weapon
Alright, and that is 50 points of Mercs for Dustin. Here is our battlefield with our scenario set up. This scenario is called Incoming. It's scenario 7 in the packet. So you can see there's the two zones there, a green zone and a red zone. The green zone is friendly to Nick and the red zone is going to be friendly to Dustin. If you dominate your friendly zone, you're going to net yourself 1 control point. If you can dominate the enemy control zone, you get 2. And if you control the enemy one, you get 1. There's also 2 objectives on the field there. They are those convergence signary looking objective markers. If you destroy the enemy's objective, you get 1 control point, and you can't do that until the second player's second turn. And those objectives in this scenario have the firepower ability, which won't really matter because that's the one that gives boosted damage rolls to artillery, but no one's brought artillery. So here is Nick's deployment on his side. He's got Absylonia, I believe, yeah, there behind that Forsaken, between the Scythian and the Angelius. Got his beasts lined up. And here is the Mercs deployment, the Earthbreaker on the far left-hand side. And where's Durgen in there, Dustin? Right there he is with the hammer. Right in the middle of all of his units. So we got a lot of infantry versus a few beasts. But we'll see what happens. There's going to be some sprays and fire shots from Nick's side. Lots of AoEs coming out of Durgen's side, plus that big Earthbreaker. It's going to be make for an exciting match, so we'll get to the action. Dustin is going first here, and Durgen is going to do his allocation. Where are you allocating your focus?
You can allocate 1 focus to the Earthbreaker and 1 over here to the Driller.
Sounds good. Alton Ashley is going to go first, and he's going to walk himself forward. He's advanced deploy. He doesn't want to get too close to those Legion beasts. Gorton is going to follow suit and move up next to him. Or not Gordon.
Gorman.
Gorman, that's it. Alexia and the Risen are going to activate.
I'm going to run them.
Okay, so they're all going to run forward, spreading out, and Alexia will probably follow up behind. So Alexia, those Risen, she can bring more back when stuff dies around her. She can use them to boost attack and damage rolls. What else can she? Does she sack pawn if she gets shot on them too? Like
no,
if she gets
but
shot?
What she could do is if she takes damage, she can remove 1 model per damage.
Okay.
So if she
kind of like a sack pawn then.
In a way, yeah.
Okay. Keep her alive a little longer. Very nice. Durgen Madhammer is going to go next, and Dustin is just choosing to run forward. And are you going to camp your full stack of focus there?
Just going to camp it.
Okay.
Well, especially since I'm running, I guess.
Yeah. Dougal's going to activate and run forward. And Reinhold's going to follow up running forward as well.
Going to be a lot of running this turn.
That's how turn 1 usually goes.
Yeah.
The Tactical Arcanist Corps is going to activate, and they are going to run, spreading themselves out. Earthbreaker will now activate.
He's going to spend his focus to run.
Okay, and what speed is the Earthbreaker?
Speed 4, he's super quick.
Alright, so he's running 8 and taking out that objective while he moves.
Yeah, I'm going to have to move down there.
That's alright. He's so big, he's like, get out of my way. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Forge Guard will follow suit and run as well. Thor Steinhammer will activate next, and he's going to run up behind the Earthbreaker.
He's got a speed of 5, so he can keep up with the Earthbreaker pretty good.
I think almost anything can keep up with the Earthbreaker at speed 4. Driller will activate and use that 1 focus to make a run move as well. Hearn and Joan will activate. It's a unit with a medium based and a small based.
He's actually speed 5, but I'm going to run him speed as if he's speed 4, just so that Hearn back here can keep up with him.
Oh, Hearn's a little slower, eh?
He's speed 4. So.
Oh, tinier legs.
Yeah.
Rupert will now activate, and he'll just make a normal advance. And then what's he going to do, Dustin?
He's going to sing Heroic's Call for the Risen, because they like that. And gives them tough and fearless, even though they're undead and they have fearless anyways.
Oh, okay, but the tough is nice, just in case there's some sprays or something that connect this turn. And there's the battlefield after Dustin's turn 1. Just a bunch of moving forward like turn 1 normally goes. So now we'll move on to Nick's turn 1, and we'll probably see something similar. Maybe we'll get a couple shots off, but let's see what he can come up with. So unfortunately, Nick forgot to do his advanced move at the start of the game, which is one of the tier bonuses of Absylonia. Do you want to explain actually the rest of your tier bonuses there, Nick? I know you kind of explained some of them in the army setup, but just what are the bonuses for tier for Absylonia?
My lessers get advanced deployment.
Right, which we did.
Forsakens become field allowance unlimited.
Okay, which you have 3. Normally you can bring 2.
For each Forsaken, I get to make the advanced move, which I forgot.
Yes, which we're going to stick them, because in a tournament, if you forgot it, Dustin already went, he advances stuff forward. Technically, he moved thinking threat ranges were a certain distance and that would change things, so we are going to unfortunately not allow Nick to do his advanced move. And what's the last tier bonus?
All my heavies are 1 point cheaper.
Okay, so that is that you get no matter what. All right, and your Harrier here is going to go first. And is he going to run?
Yeah, he's going to run.
Okay. Up into the zone. Those Legion beasts are very speedy. One Shredder's going to activate. Move forward. Force for 1 to put tenacity on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other Shredder is going to advance forward and do the same thing. For another tenacity, so that tenacity plus 1 defense plus 1 armor. It's a nice Animus. Jellius will activate.
Speed 7.
Okay, just doing a normal advance, Nick.
Yep.
Behind one of the Shredders there. And then he's going to attempt a shot at Alton Ashley. So what's the range on that, Nick?
12, and I thought I would reach.
Okay, but you're coming up about 1.5 inches, 2 inches short. The Angelus will then just decide to rile for 4. The Forsaken's going to activate.
She's going to go over here.
Just make an advance.
Without going into the water. She's going to take 4 focus.
Okay, and so that Forsaken holds on to that focus. It doesn't disappear. She actually gets to hold it. Or Fury, sorry. She gets to hold that and use that in a couple ways to buy attacks, boost attack or damage rolls with her melee attacks. And she has one ability she can use that she kind of explodes and does damage to things around her, and she can use that Fury there as well for that. Typhon will activate.
He's just going to advance.
Okay. Is he going to put up his Animus or anything?
Debating.
He will give himself excessive healing. You want to explain excessive healing, Nick?
Every time I get hit, he heals D3.
Okay, and unless he dies, then he doesn't get to heal D3. But it's nice when there's a lot of tiny hits on him, he can actually overheal the damage sometimes and end up taking nothing or even healing up. Scythian will activate. And Nick is going to put some Fury on there, riling him for 2 and then running forward.
Rile him for 3 and rank.
Oh, there's 4 there. Sorry, I thought there was 3. So getting lots of Fury there. Probably going to suck that back under a Forsaken as well. Forsaken will activate. Gonna advance forward.
Take the 4 off the Scythian.
Okay, and put that on herself. Night Lurker running forward. And he has Pathfinder and Prowl, I believe, right, Nick?
Yep.
So he's getting stealth while sitting in that forest. Carnivian will activate next.
Gonna pay 2, give himself Spiny Growth.
Okay, what's Spiny Growth do, Nick?
Plus 2 armor, and when he gets hit by a Warbeast or Warjack, they take D3 damage.
Ooh, very nice.
Then he is going to charge.
Okay, so using a charge to get
here,
some extra movement.
Using his Assault.
Okay, so you're hoping to maybe get it within spray range. It is a 10-inch spray on Carnivian, so he gets to move 9 and spray 10, so it's a 19-inch threat. We'll see if he can make it here. So we'll move the 9 inches forward. And then, I don't know if we have the spray. We'll get the spray out and see if it reaches. And it looks like the spray just comes short, not by much. Last Forsaken will activate, advance forward.
Just kind of
resting or
I'm trying to just
teetering.
be in the forest, but it's kind of funny.
Teetering on the edge of that weird forest and taking back the Fury off the Carnivian onto herself. Absylonia will activate now. She's going to move forward and probably cast a few spells. She has some very nice upkeeps. Checking the control area first.
The Harrier's going to be out either way.
Absylonia will pay 2 Fury.
Cast Forced Evolution on the Angelius.
So that's that 2 defense and 2 strength buff. Bringing that Angelius to a very hefty, is it 16 defense I think right now, and a POW 16 tail attack, so very nice. 2 more for...
2 more, cast Playing God on Typhon.
Okay, so that gives him reach, correct?
And Open Fist.
Okay, so he can do some throws and stuff. Basically throwing stuff with his
And can make power
mouths.
attacks without being forced and gains terror.
Very nice. Alright, and is she going to sit on the other 2, or is she going to put up her last upkeep spell?
With the last one, she's going to give Tenacity
To the Angelius?
to the Angelius.
Okay, so not putting out... She has 1 more upkeep, but she's not putting it out quite yet. Maybe next turn. Shepherd's going to activate and move forward, and those Forsaken are abominations. They are scary entities, And the Shepherd is not fearless, so she might be scared by her own models. So we're going to do a command check here.
8 or less.
8 or less, alright. She is fine. Absylonia is also an abomination, so you have to do a terror check for her as well, because that Shepherd moves close. So here's one more, I need 8 or less, and he's good. There's the battlefield after the end of Nick's turn 1. He did some charges forward and tried to get some shots off. Came up short with just a few. So now we'll get to Dustin's turn 2 and see if he can retaliate and actually land a couple hits. Dustin has chosen to allocate 1 focus to the Earthbreaker and 1 focus to the Driller. Google will activate first, and he is going to do what, Dustin?
I'm going to give Artillerist to Durgen here, which gives me +2 on a range AoE attack, and I can reroll the direction and the distance
of the deviation.
Yeah, if I choose to.
Okay. Dougal is also going to use his mini feat. So you want to explain the mini feat?
It gives me +2 range. It's called Double Powder Ration, and it gives me all my models with range +2 in his control area or command area. Sorry.
So anyone in his command area gets +2 to their ranged attacks?
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Gorman DeWolf is going to activate next, and he was within that double powder ration ability, so he's going to get 2 inches on his bombs here.
It's got to be while I'm in it, so I'll just double check that he's still in it, and he is.
Okay, very good.
He's going to throw it at the Carnivian now.
And which one is he choosing?
The black oil.
And what does black oil do if it lands?
-4 to...
I thought it was 3.
No, it's -4.
Defense?
To defense. Matt. And he's got to forfeit a movement or an action, and he can't make range attacks.
Okay. Gorman is Rat 5, trying to hit defense 11. Needs a 6 to hit with his black oil, and it lands. Reinhold will activate next.
He's going to just stay there base to base and give him reloads. Gives him an extra range attack on his activation.
Durgen will activate next.
I'm going to target the Carnivian with armor-piercing round. I'm going to use that ammo type, and I'm going to take a shot. It'll be range 14 with the double rations.
Okay, so is he in range?
It might be short.
We'll have to get a more accurate measurement. We'll see if he's in range, and then we'll get to the hit roll or the deviation roll, depending. So the Carnivian was within range after we got a closer measurement. Durgen is going to be Rat 8, and with that black oil, the Carnivian's only defense 7, so it's anything but Snake Eyes to miss here. So he hits, and what's the POW on that?
The POW goes to POW 7 because it's armor piercing.
Okay.
And so I'm going to boost the damage.
Like it's a POW
7?
A POW 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm an 11.
Yeah.
Armor divided by 2 on the Carnivian becomes 9, but the Spiny Growth brings it up to 11, so it's going to be dice -4 here. For 2 damage to column 1. So it was actually 3 damage. The third die there was damage as well. We got Dustin 3 dice now that are the same color to last, so there's no confusion about column, but it was 3 dice to column, or 3 damage to column 2 on the Carnivian. So Durgen's going to take his second shot that he got from the reload. Anything but Snake Eyes to hit. He hits, almost the Snake Eyes.
I'm gonna boost the damage on this one.
Okay, and this one can't be an armor piercer.
No, so it's AoE 4, POW 14, so it's gonna be -6 this time.
Okay. So that's no damage. Alton Ashley will activate next. Gonna advance forward. Is she gonna take a shot?
Yeah, I'm gonna target the little shredder guy here.
Okay, take a shot at the shredder. Looks like it's in range. Alton is Rat 8 against defense 14, so we need a 6 to hit here. And misses. Risen will activate next, and Dustin's going to have them run forward. Spreading themselves out, kind of in his friendly zone. There's the final placement of the Risen. And Alexi is staying behind that wall, so a lot of them are going to be out of formation next turn, but I think Dustin has a plan for them. Our Steinhammer will go next.
He's just going to move a little bit over here, and he's going to give him boosted damage rolls.
Okay. The Earthbreaker will activate.
Just advancing his little mighty 4 here.
Okay.
And he's going to target, centering both guns at the Carnivian here. And hopefully they reach with the double powder ration.
To take some shots. So we're going to go with the left gun here first. It is in range of the Carnivian. And you're going to boost to hit.
Yeah, I might as well just to make sure it hits.
He is black oiled. He's like defense 7.
Yeah, but I gave him a focus unneededly, so.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. All the damage rolls are boosted anyways, so. Yeah. So it's Rat 5 against Defense 7. Anything but Snake Eyes. He's rolling 3 dice. It hits for sure. Damage roll is going to be boosted here.
It's POW 13s.
Alright, you want to throw in the column dice there?
Dice -7.
Column dice.
Dice -7. It's going to be 5 damage to column 4. Earthbreaker is then going to use the gun on his left side and shoot at the Carnivian as well. Anything but Snake Eyes here. This one's not boosted, but I think he's going to be alright anyways. He hits.
And this is just so everyone knows, I'm using the torpedoes, and I'm going to use knockdown rounds. Not that it matters, but
okay.
I have to choose.
Alright, so this is going to be dice -7, boosted damage roll, and no damage. The Earthbreaker has 2 other little guns on the front there, and they each get D3 shots. And what's the range on those ones?
The range is normally 12, but with the double powder rations, it's going to be 14.
Okay, so if it is at the Carnivian, he will be in range for those 2. So we're going to roll out to see how many he gets on the right-hand side. 2 shots on that side, and how many on the left?
Okay, we'll do that.
3 on the left. So we need anything but Snake Eyes again to hit. We connect. Dice -7 on these guns as well. Boost the damage rolls. We get 3 damage to column 2. So this is the second shot from that right side. Hits. With needed anything but Snake Eyes, and it's dice -7 again. No damage. So you're going to use some of the left-hand side guns there?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 shots on the left-hand side. This is the first one. Hits. Dice -7, 4 damage to column 6. Second shot from the left side. Hits. Anything, and it's dice -7, sorry. Does 3 damage to column 2. Last shot from that left side. Anything but Snake Eyes. He hits. Dice -7 for another 5 damage to column 6. After all those shots, that's what the Carnivian's health looks like. Only 5 boxes left, and looks like the mind has been crippled. Tactical Arcanist Corps are going to activate, and they're going to run up into the edge of the zone with that one. They do have AoEs as well, but if they're running, they obviously cannot throw them this turn. And that's their final resting place. Forge Guard will activate, and they are going to run. Through. Just trying to make their way around that Earthbreaker, over the wall, around all their other models. And Joan will activate.
He's going to actually move his full 6 to try to get into that Carnivian's threat range there.
Okay, so he can see through all those small bases, and he has an AoE. He can try to take a shot at the knockdown Carnivian.
Yeah, we'll get.
Alright, so anything but Snake Eyes to hit here. And he hits. And what's the power on that shot?
Power's 14, so it's going to be -6.
Okay. On 2 dice. 1 damage to column 1. That shot managed to cripple the body. That just leaves 4 health in the spirit. The Driller will activate, and you're going to spend the 1 focus to run forward.
Yep.
Rupert will advance forward and put Heroic Call for tough again on the
Forge Guard.
On the Forge Guard, okay. That is the end of Dustin's turn 2. He almost took out that Carnivian, leaving it only on 4 boxes, so we'll see if Nick chooses to heal that one up or not. He could do that with his feet. But otherwise, we'll see what retaliation he has on all of Dustin's models. It is going to be turn 2 for the end of turn 2 for Nick here. He'll be able to score some control points, potentially too, so we'll see if he goes for something like that. The Carnivian will be forced to stand up. You do that in the maintenance phase, and you put the Fury on the War Beast in hordes, unlike in Warmachine, where the caster just pays 1 focus to stand them up. Both upkeeps will stay, and that's because of Absylonia's ability. She is able to keep all of her spells up for free. She doesn't have to pay anything. So it's very resourceful, I think it's called, and that's exactly what it is. It's very susceptible to purification. That she doesn't really like that, but otherwise it really helps her manage her Fury a lot better. Fortunately, this Harrier was a little bit too far from Absylonia to reave that Fury, so we're going to get a Frenzy check over here. Threshold 7 on the Harrier, so we need a 6 or less here on 2 dice, and he's fine. Typhon will activate first with that Playing God Animus on him. He's going to move forward.
Crap, I have reach now.
You do have reach, so if you do engage, you do have Gunfighter, but you'd have to shoot what you're engaged with.
Which is fine.
So we're going to toe on the edge of the zone there. Typhon will make a spray at the model, that one model right in front of him, one of the Risen, and it looks like it's
These
going
two
to
and the
hit
big guy.
those two and connect with the Earthbreaker. Prisoner defense 10, Rat 5 on Typhon, he needs 5 to hit, and if he does hit, I think they're auto dead, right?
Oh yeah, they're armor 11.
So on the first one right in front of him,
Nope.
miss. On the one behind that one,
Of course, the one I needed to kill.
hits for sure, so that one's dead. And then the Earthbreaker, what's the defense on that?
Mighty 8.
Alright, so we need a 3 to hit the Earthbreaker. Hits, armor,
20.
against POW 14.
Boost the damage.
So dice -6, boosting the damage. Looks like no damage. So that's just that one Risen gone.
But yeah, like
Nick is going to make the same shot again, hitting the Earthbreaker and that Risen. So on the Risen right in front of him, needs a 5 to hit. Nick's going to not boost to hit. Taking the chance. Misses again.
Yeah.
Oh no! Alright, on the Earthbreaker though, needs a 3 to hit the Earthbreaker. Dice -6, you're going to boost again there, Nick?
Boost the damage on the Earthbreaker.
Alright. Hopefully we get a bit better roll this time. Looks like 6 damage to column 4. Nick's choosing to change up which Risen he's going to hit. He doesn't like the luck he's had with that one, so he's going to try to hit this one, and it looks like it's only covering just one Risen.
I think I missed the forge card.
Unfortunately. 5 to hit.
Hit.
Finally connects, and that is the dead Risen. After the sprays, there's the Earthbreaker's damage. It hit the left-hand side for 6. Then Typhon is going to pay 2 to put excessive healing back on himself. So if he takes some damage, he'll heal some up. Avian will activate now. Still has that black oil on himself.
He's gonna go with that mighty speed 2.
You can move full speed 6.
I thought I'm -4 speed. You said.
Not in defense.
Matt
I have
defense
full
is
speed?
minus, yeah, full speed, but you cannot run or charge, and you have to forfeit either movement or action.
Oh, I thought I was minus to my speed.
All right, so Nick's gonna rethink here.
He's gonna activate his full movement.
Okay, just do the full move. And so he's sacrificing his action, obviously, then to do that. Night Lurker will activate next in that forest over there.
He's gonna move out here.
Okay. Taking a shot.
At Gorman.
All right, and his ranged weapon is not fire typed, right?
Yep.
That's good, because Gorman is immune to fire and corrosion. And are you boosting to hit?
Boosting to hit.
Okay. That's 6 against defense 14. Needs an 8 to hit here. Boosted. And there is a critical effect if he can manage a crit, which he does.
Crit poison.
Okay, and even though it's a crit poison, it technically, even though he's immune to corrosion, crit poison still works, because
Yeah,
it's not actually a poison attack, it just gives him an additional damage die now on the damage roll.
Yeah. I'll boost the damage as well.
So we're getting 4 dice on the damage roll here. What's Gorman's armor?
It's only a 12.
Against,
Straight damage.
Alright, straight damage. And I'd say that's a dead Gorman.
I guess he only has 5 life, but you never know.
Only 5 health on that Gorman. Too bad. The Forsaken on Nick's far left is going to activate and move forward.
She's gonna take the 1 off Carnivian.
So she's able to hold up to 5. She's holding 4, so she's going to grab 1 more to make that Carnivian have none. And the Shredders will activate.
He's going to walk up. Hello, Mr. Risen.
Is he going to make an attack there?
Yep.
Alright, melee attack incoming. Mat 5 on the Shredders against defense 10. Need a 5 to hit. Hits. Power and strength is 10. And what's the armor on the Risen?
Only 10, so he's...
Oh, so that's auto dead. Second Shredder will now activate.
He's going to pay 1.
Okay.
Go Rabid.
Alright, so Rabid makes him do what, Nick?
+2 speed, and all attack and damage rolls are boosted.
Okay. Makes him very efficient. Now measuring the control area for a bit of distance.
So I'm with an 8.
Nick will pay 1 then to charge at Alton Ashley.
Yeah, see, 8 wasn't enough.
And he is in range. It's 8 plus 3, gets an 11-inch charge. So now all attack and damage rolls are going to be boosted here. It's only going to be 1 attack. And the damage, even though they charge, you can't double boost, so it's going to be 3 dice for damage. Bat 5 against defense 14, 9 to hit. Hits. Power and strength 10 against armor 14. 5 boxes though on Alton, so it's going to be boosted, but dice -4. We're looking for a 9 to kill. And there's enough. Scythian will now activate and gonna make a charge on the Risen that's right in front of Typhon there. 6 against defense 10. Hits, and that Risen is auto dead, I'm sure, at power and strength 17 on those weapons.
Yeah, armor.
Shepherd will now activate. Moving forward.
I'm in within 3 of Typhon for sure.
Taking off the Fury. Forsaken will activate. Moving up. We're gonna have to do a terror check on that Shepherd.
Didn't she?
But then she left the Abomination range. Abomination's only 3 inches, so once you leave that range and enter it again, you have to remake the check.
Correct. Well, first Forsaken's gonna do her thing.
Okay, and then we'll do the check. So she's taking 1 off of the Naga Night Lurker, bringing her to her max of 5 as well.
8 or less
Command
for the
8 on the Shepherd. She's fine. Absylonia will now activate, moving around her friendly objective. Also up to that Shepherd. Gonna keep that one a little further away. Might still be within 3 though, we'll have to check that for another terror check.
Just out.
Just out? Alright, so we're good there. And what's Absylonia gonna do, Nick?
She is going to pay 1 for tenacity. Here.
Putting that on the Scythian.
She is going to pay 1 to give herself tenacity.
Okay.
She'll pay 1 more to give tenacity to him.
Okay, to the Angelius there.
And then she's going to pay 1 to attempt to give it to the Night Lurker. And not reach it.
Just out, so can't reach that one. Nick is then choosing to feat with Absylonia, so you want to explain her feat, Nick?
She cuts herself for 1 point of damage, and for each point of damage she cuts herself, I can heal a Warbeast fully.
So if you cut yourself 2, you can heal 2 Warbeasts, and 3 Warbeasts. So the only 1 damage right now, I believe, is your Carnivian. So you're going to cut yourself for 1 and heal that Carnivian all the way to full health. So all that work that Dustin did is for naught. Delius will activate, advancing forward into his friendly zone. You're going to take a shot. Delius taking his shot at the Earthbreaker, well in range. At 5 against defense 8, needs a 3 to hit. Hits.
And he's on fire.
Luckily you boosted. Oh yeah, and you got to crit, so he lighted some on fire. POW 14 with your shot.
12.
Only 12 with the Angelius against armor
20.
Okay, so dice minus 8. Are you going to boost the damage here, Nick? Alright, so Nick is boosting the damage here. Dice minus 8. Not a bad roll, but only 1 damage to column 5. Forsaken will activate, advancing forward, and going to take the last Fury, the 1 Fury there off the Angelius, bringing her to her max of 5. Barrier will activate and advance forward. Has that 1 Fury still from the last turn, but I believe that Nick's got him back in the control area now. And there's the battlefield at the end of Nick's turn 2. No control points scored yet, but he's got himself in the middle of Dustin's army, so we'll probably see a lot of attacks coming from Dustin's side this turn as well. We'll see if he can score any control points in his turn 3. Earthbreaker's on fire. We'll roll to see first if that goes out. 1 or a 2. And it stays on, so if Nick, you want to roll damage. POW 12 here against armor 20, dice minus 8. No damage. Dustin's going to give 3 focus over to the Earthbreaker and none to the Driller. Last turn, Alexia there collected 1 soul, so she's going to use that to pop another Risen in play. That was from Gorman. That's where the soul came from. She gets to put that anywhere in her command range.
Command range of 9.
Okay.
I'm just going to choose back there.
Sounds good. Feinholt will activate.
He's just going to reload his gun, standing still. And just
So he gets 2 shots.
Yep.
Dougal will activate next.
He's going to give Artillerist to Durgen.
To do that reroll on direction and
yeah, and it also gives me
deviation.
+2 to my attack rolls.
Very nice.
With 8.
Or Steinhammer will activate.
He's just going to advance closer to the Earthbreaker, and he's going to give him boosted attack rolls.
Durgen will now activate.
He's going to cast Redline on the Earthbreaker.
Okay, what
which
does
gives
Redline
him
do?
+2 speed and +2 strength, but at the end of his activation I take D3 damage.
On the Earthbreaker just has to take D3?
D3 damage.
I think you can handle that with all those boxes.
He should be able to.
Durgen will do an armor cracking shot over here at the Carnivian. The Carnivian is now engaged, no black oil, not knocked down, so he is going to be defense 15 because he is standing up. So we'll do the attack roll and see if he hits. Durgen's rat 8 needs a 7 to connect. Misses, so we're going to get an AoE deviation.
You gotta shoot out each of the...
This is not an AoE, so we're actually going to get a different target. Looks like there are at least 2 guys engaged there with...
Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sounds good. So it's going to be... Did we say... Sorry, which way did we go? 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be this one right here, who's defense 10 engaged. He's defense 14, so 6 to hit him. And misses him as well.
Wow.
So now Durgen's going to take his second shot. This is an AoE shot, no more armor crack, and he's going to try and hit him against defense 15. With our artillerist, he's rat 10, so he needs a 5 to hit here. Misses. So we're going to get, by 1, we're going to get a deviation on this one. So he rolled 3 inches to direction 2, but because of his abilities, because of Dougal, he's going to actually choose to re-roll the direction. He doesn't like direction 2. So go ahead, Dustin, and re-roll that. Direction 2 is what it's going to be. So that AoE came this direction. It's just connecting with this one Risen here. It was defense 14. Oh, sorry, blast damage already hit. Armor's 11, so it definitely kills him.
Okay.
There he's gone from the table. Hearn and Joan will activate. Hearn is going to move up base to base with Joan so they can use their special ability to do a scatter shot, which means when Joan shoots his AoE, wherever it lands, we're going to calculate 2 extra AoEs that deviate from the first original landing point. So who's he going to target there,
Dustin? Target the Carnivian here.
All right, definitely within range. Joan stood still, making him rat 6, and being base to base with Hearn makes him rat 8. So he needs a 7 to hit here on defense 15 Carnivian because he's engaged. And he hits.
Would have been awesome if you missed that.
So that's a direct hit there. What's the power on that?
Power's only 14.
So it's dice minus 4 because there's no spiny growth on the Carnivian anymore.
And green will be calm.
No damage though, unfortunately, but we're going to get 2 AoEs deviating from the Carnivian. So that original AoE, we're first going to do the blast damage on this Risen here. POW 7 blast damage against armor 11. And that kills that Risen.
That's a good thing.
So the first deviated AoE came way over here and hit nothing. The second one deviated in the same direction but only an inch, so it's only hitting the Carnivian. It's a POW 7 against his armor 18, dice minus 11. Can potentially do 1 damage here, but he doesn't. Technical Arcanist Core are going to activate. This one is going to move just to the other edge of the zone there, or just outside. The other 2 are going to sit tight where they're at. And this one here, he's going to try to throw a fireball at his own Risen because he wants him out of the way. Definitely within range, and I believe you're remaining in his back arc, so you're going to have +2 to your rat. So it's going to be +2 to magic ability. This is a spell, but still gets +2 to hit either way.
It's magic ability 7, so I'm really a 9 here. So
anything but snake eyes because they're defense 10. Hits, and armor 11.
It's POW 13.
So it's an auto-dead Risen then.
Yeah. AoE 3, so the Carnivian will be hit.
Okay, and what's the blast damage then on that?
It's 7.
So it's going to be boxcars to do a damage. No damage. The other 2 TAC members then are going to try and throw some fireballs. Where are they targeting?
This one's going to target the Shredder. They can see through my Forge Guard because they have ranked.
Oh, very nice.
And yeah, I don't know if it'll reach. Oh, it does.
Range 10?
Yeah.
Looks good. And the other one, is he targeting the same model or something different?
We'll see how that attack throws down first.
Okay.
Go for ability 7.
Defense 13, magic ability 7. We need a 6 to hit. Misses. So it's an AoE, so it's going to deviate. So that deviated just over here, and it's not going to hit anything. The second one's going to take a shot at that Shredder. Range is good. 6 to hit. Misses as well, so we'll get another deviation. And that one deviated just 1 inch to the 1, so it's going to connect both with the Shredder and the Scythian for blast damage. It's a POW 7, so it's going to be dice minus 5 on the Shredder. Ooh, big roll for a total of 7 damage to column 3. And it's armor 18, so it's going to be dice minus 11 on the Scythian.
19.
No damage. There's that Shredder after he took 7 damage. Forge Guard will now activate. They are going to receive the run charge order, and they are going to be charging at a few of these targets. So we'll do those charges and then show you what their targets are. There's all the charges. Looks like Dustin put 8 guys on this Carnivian here, all getting the charge bonus. 1 charged in onto Typhon and 1 charged in onto the Scythian. However, Typhon from his playing God spell right now does have Terror, so that unit's going to have to make a Terror check before they make any attacks. Command 9, so 9 or lower and they are fine. So we'll start with all the attacks on the Carnivian first. We'll just kind of work our way, I guess, left to right.
That sounds good.
Starting at the back, so we'll start with this guy and work our way through. All these guys are mat 7s, so they're going to need 4s to hit. So starting with the first guy, he hits, and they are Weapon Masters charging. So it's going to all be dice -7 with 4 dice. Ooh, big roll to start off. That looks like 12 damage to column 2. Second guy, 4 to hit. He hits. 4 dice, dice -7. Another good roll, 9 damage to column 5. Third model hits with a 5, dice -7. 6 damage that time to column 6. Only 3 boxes left on the Carnivian. Fourth guy's going, he hits. Dice -7, we need a 10 here. And it looks like that's a dead Carnivian. There's the Carnivian off the table. So we'll do the charge attack here on the Typhon. At 7 against defense 13, 6 to hit. Hits.
Start rolling your own dice.
There is a crit ability, but I'm not going to use it.
Okay. So dice, so we're going to use 4 dice here because it's a charging weapon master. He's armor 17, so this is going to be dice -6 for a total of 5 damage to column 2. The excessive healing animus, Nick now gets to heal D3, and he heals back for 2. 1, because it's D3. Correct.
So I took 5 away.
After taking the 5 and healing the 1, there's 4 damage into column 5. And the last charge here on the Scythian, who has tenacity, so he's going to be defense 12. Going to need a 5 to hit here. Hits. POW 11. Dice -8. Because he's armor 19 with that tenacity. 10 damage to column 1. There's the Scythian after taking 10 damage. Earthbreaker will now activate. Going to advance forward 4 inches.
6 inches because of
the
red
line.
Red line.
Gives him a 6-inch move. Very nice. And he has reach, so that'll probably get him in on both of those. We'll measure and see, and then he'll make some melee attacks. Earthbreaker's engaging both Typhon and Scythian, so Dustin's going to use the right arm here to hit the Typhon first. So mat 6, all attack rolls are boosted from Thor Steinhammer. He's going to need a 7 to hit here. Hits with the right arm. POW 20.
Quit rolling my dice.
+2 with red line gives me +2 strength, so I'll be 22.
22 against armor 17, dice +5. For a total of 13 damage. What column there? Column 1. Excessive healing. Heals for 3 damage back on Typhon. Not bad. With the left arm here, we're going to hit Scythian. Scythian, I mean? That's what he's called, not Typhon and Scythian mixed together. Scythian. At 6 against defense 12. Boosted again from Thor, he hits. Armor 19, power and strength 22, dice +3. For a total of 13 damage to column 1. Dustin's buying an attack with the left arm onto the Scythian. 6 to hit. Hits, dice +2. Or +3, sorry. Oof. For another 13 or 12 damage, and that should be a dead Scythian, I believe. He only had 7 left.
Breathe my 1 back.
Nick is taking the 1 Fury back to Absylonia, and he's gone now for good. He's going to buy another attack with the right arm onto Typhon. Needs a 7 to hit. Hits with an 8. This is going to be dice +5 again. For 7 damage to column 4. Excessive healing for 3 damage. Dustin's buying his last attack with that right arm onto Typhon. Needs a 7 to hit. Misses with a 5. And Typhon survives. And there's the Typhon's health after healing for a bunch, taking some damage, left on 12 boxes still. Not too bad. Driller will now activate.
Just going to advance over a bit.
4 inches. Are you staying out of the zone or are you in the zone there?
I'm out of it.
Okay. Finally, Rupert will activate, advance over the wall, and he's going to use that heroic call onto the Forge Guard. Alexia is going to activate last, but not least. Two of her Risen are out of command, so they either have to sit tight or move towards her. Alexia is going to move over the wall, and there's one Risen close enough to her, so Dustin's going to move those two back into command range. And then Alexia is going to turn this Risen into a Thrall, which makes it a bit more formidable in melee. She can do that to one of her Risen once a turn.
Once a turn, yeah, it's a special action.
Okay.
And then it activates as a solo afterwards.
Very nice. That Thrall Warrior then is going to activate. We used a proxy base to see if he could fit between the Earthbreaker
And then the rest. It runs for 12.
and that unit there, and he can, so he's running to engage the Titan. We also had to do the Earthbreaker's red line damage. He takes D3 damage.
Green will be the damage, and gray will be column.
Okay. So 1 damage to column 4. And is that...
It's 2 damage to column.
Oh yeah, sorry. And is
Switched
that...
it around for some reason.
You've been using the blue dice all this time for columns, and then you choose to switch it on me just to screw me up.
It's all a trap.
Give me my...
There's the battlefield at the end of Dustin's turn 3. Managed to kill the Carnivian as well as the Scythian, but he left that Typhon with some health, and he's still got the Angelius, so there might be some retaliation on that Earthbreaker on Nick's turn 3. We'll see what he can do. Give back all of his Fury. This Shredder had to hold on to 2 Fury yet though, so we're going to get a Frenzy check.
5 or less.
Threshold 7 needs a 5 or less here. And he frenzies. Closest model would be that Forge Guard, so the Shredder charges him and now is going to get a boosted attack and boosted damage roll against him. The Shredder needs a 5 to hit here. Hits, and is 16 armor against power and strength 10, dice minus 6.
My body's broken, so I only get 2 dice.
Okay. It is boosted, but 2 dice because he's broken. And that's enough to kill that Forge Guard.
And
The Shredder is going to snack on that Forge Guard and heal D3 for 1 damage. This Forsaken's going to activate, just advancing forward towards that Thrall Warrior.
and she's gonna
Make some
explode.
attacks. Oh, she's going to do the Blight Bomb. Alright, so that Blight Bomb, you want to explain how that works?
For every focus Fury on her counts as an inch circle around her. Everybody in it takes a POW 8 damage roll, and I get an extra dice for each focus or Fury on them.
Okay, and it's only on enemy models?
Yes.
Correct, okay. So within 5 inches, it's going to be the Thrall Warrior there. That member of the Forge Guard, the Earthbreaker, although the Earthbreaker's armor is far too high to take any damage, so we'll just ignore that one. And these 3 models from the Forge Guard here. Starting with the Thrall Warrior, POW 8 against his armor of 12, looking
14.
for or 14. Okay, so looking for a 7 to kill here.
Nope.
He's okay. And that one Forge Guard member there is not base to base with anything, so he's armor 16, so dice minus 8, we need a 9. No, and the other ones we're all going to need 11s.
They're 18, so yes.
Yes.
So first one. Nope. Sorry.
Nope, got a 10, almost. Another 10. Good rolls, just not quite enough. No, they're all okay. This Forge Guard, this Forsaken here is going to charge at the Forge Guard. Which member is she picking as her main target?
This one's straight ahead.
Okay. And she's got that 5 Fury on her. Matt, 5 on the Forsaken, trying to hit defense 10. Needs a 5 to hit. Hits, power and strength.
12.
So dice minus 6 because they're armor 18. And that's enough for a tough check. No tough. That one comes off. Are you going to buy another attack?
Yep.
Which one are you going to choose?
I can choose this guy.
Okay. 5 to hit. Hits. And this is going to be dice minus 6 again. Are you boosting?
7. Nope.
7 to kill. No kill. So buy an attack, this time targeting the one on this side. 5 to hit. Hits. Needs a 7 to kill. Gets the kill. Oh, tough check. Sorry, forgot about that heroic call, but no tough.
This guy.
The one on the inside is gone. She'll buy an attack against that one on that side. 5 to hit. Hits, needs a 7 to kill.
He's only a 6. He's only 16.
Oh, he's not base to base, so only needs a 5 to kill. Gets the kill. Tough check. No tough. He'll buy another attack against the one on that side. 5 to hit. He is base to base, so 7 to kill.
She'll boost the damage on that one.
Alright. Forces the tough check. No tough. And that Forsaken did a lot of work. Those Forge Guard dying nets Alexia 4 corpses. Angelius will now activate with that forced evolution on him.
He's going to advance his 7.
Getting within reach of that giant arm. I think you're there anyways. That looks like 2 inches. That giant arm's in the way. Trying to keep you away, but he can't.
Using his armor-piercing tail strike.
Okay. 6 on the Angelius against defense 8. Anything but Snake Eyes. He's using his armor-piercing attack, which hits. So the armor-piercing attack halves the armor of the model, which makes it down to armor 10. Power and strength 16 with that forced evolution right now. So dice plus 6.
And I'm going to boost.
Nick is boosting the damage roll here. Ooh, not a bad roll at all. 18 damage to column 2. After that attack, that's almost the whole left side out on that Earthbreaker. Buying an attack on the Angelius. No more armor-piercing attack, but he's still going to be power and strength 16. It'll be dice minus 4. So anything but Snake Eyes to hit first. He hits. Dice minus 4 for the damage. For a total of 5 damage to column 3. Buying another attack. Anything but Snake Eyes to hit. Hits. Dice minus 4. For 3 more damage to column 5. Buying the last attack on the Angelius. Hits. Dice minus 4. For 1 damage to column 1. Shepherd will activate, and like a hero, she's going to charge in on that Thrall Warrior, trying to take him out. 5 on the Shepherd, trying to hit defense 11. 6 to hit here. Hits. Charging Shepherd, only power and strength 8, I believe. 9? Oh, not too bad.
I need a 6.
Yep, against defense or armor 14. So yep, needs a 6 to kill. Gets it. Shepherd comes through. And brings that Forge Guard with him. He's going to activate.
Going to go Rabid.
Forcing the one to go Rabid.
And he's going to move 8 inches. Get into melee with that Forge Guard and the big guy.
Going to try and take out the Forge Guard. 5 to hit here. Hits, and I'm going to boost the damage roll. This is going to be 16 armor, so dice minus 6. We're looking for a 7 to kill. And just gets it with 115. Nick's going to buy an attack against the Earthbreaker.
May as well.
Defense 8, anything but Snake Eyes. Hits, armor is 20. Going to be dice minus 10. No damage with a 4. Typhon will now activate, and he's freed up. So he's going to use his reach because of... Yeah, you have Playing God, so you do have reach. Going to move a little farther forward and take some attacks on the Earthbreaker. Matt 7 against defense 8, anything but Snake Eyes to hit. Hits, and it's going to be POW 17 against armor 20, so it's going to be dice minus 3 on all these attacks. So no damage on the first swing.
Next one.
Hits, dice minus 3. Nice roll, 7 damage to column 3. Third initial attack. Hits. Dice minus 3. Ooh, not a bad roll again, 6 damage to column 6. Buying the first attack on Typhon, he hits, dice minus 3. For no damage. Buying a second attack. Hits, just 2 damage. Or sorry, 3, dice minus 3, 2 damage to column 6. Buying the third attack, hits, dice minus 3.
You can stop that.
Does 3 damage to column 5. Buying the last attack, there is 6 damage left on the Earthbreaker right now. He hits, oh, there's the 9. You need that 9 for the kill though here. Can he roll it out? And he gets it with a 10. Doing 7 damage, only 6 left. That's a dead Earthbreaker. There's the giant wreck marker where the Earthbreaker once lived, but no more. Last Forsaken's activating, running up. Saga will activate, forcing for 1 to charge at the Forge Guard. Matt 5 against defense 10, looking for a 5 to hit. Gets the hit for sure, no crit.
Top 12.
Dice minus 6 here, and it looks like that is a dead Forge Guard. Oh, tough check. So they do have the heroic call, and he does tough. So is he knocked down?
That he is.
They don't get no sleeping on the job or anything.
I'll buy an attack.
Okay, so it'll auto hit here.
So I need a 5 to kill him.
Yep. And that's another tough check. No tough that time.
Do get another soul.
That's another soul token on Alexia. We're just using a knockdown token because we ran out of soul tokens. Alright, Absylonia activates.
She's gonna pay 1
Okay.
to give herself flight.
Very nice. So she has 3 abilities she can give herself. She has to pay 1 fury every time she gives herself 1. It's either there's flight, barbed hooks gives her reach on her melee weapons, and what's the last one? It's
Warp
for
strength.
Yeah, so it gives her plus 2 strength. Okay. And then
she's
she
just going to
speeds
advance.
7.
Speed 7.
Yep. Over her own friendly objective because of flight, and she's towing on the edge of her friendly zone. Then Absylonia will pay 1
Tenacity on him.
on the Typhon.
Pay 1 for tenacity on him. Pay 1 for tenacity on herself. For tenacity on
She'll
the
pay
Harrier.
1 more there, and then she's going to camp her last 1 fury. We will now activate.
He's going to charge the objective.
Okay. Gonna try to get a control point there. The objective is auto hit and melee. Harrier is POW 10 against armor 18, so this is a charge going to be dice minus 10 for a total of 3 damage. Oh, sorry, dice minus 8 because it's armor 18.
Yeah, minus 8. So
Minus 8, so 3. I was right with the calculation. I just said the numbers wrong. Go buy 1 more attack with the Harrier. Auto hit and melee. Dice minus 8, no damage.
Oh, it's got 3 damage.
There's the board after Nick's turn 3. He managed to get his caster over into his friendly zone to dominate that for 1 control point. He also had a huge success in destroying the Earthbreaker on his turn, which doesn't leave much punching power on Dustin's side. He still does have his driller there though, a few Forge Guard members, a couple of the solos. So we'll see what he can do in retaliation. 2 of Nick's heavies are gone. He's only left with 2, and the Typhon is hurt somewhat. So all hope is not lost. We'll see what he can come up with. So no focus allocation at all for Dustin, but he does turn those 5 corpse tokens into 5 more risen, which he will drop around Alexia within her command of 9. Holt will activate first.
It's gonna give him reload again, like
Okay.
usual.
Who will activate next?
Just gonna move a little bit back, but he is gonna give him artillerist, and that's his activation.
All right. Tactical Arcanist Corps are gonna go first.
Gonna advance.
Well, as far as attacking models go, I guess you had a couple guys go first for support.
Yeah.
And they're gonna huck a couple
little
fire
bit.
bombs.
Yeah, they're gonna throw some fire.
Who's going first and where?
So this guy here is gonna throw out the shredder right there.
The far shredder?
Yep.
All right. Shredder's
15,
behind
17.
behind a wreck marker, so he's got cover. So defense 17,
I'm
magic ability 7,
so I need a 10.
gets the hit. POW 13 on this, dice plus 1, 10 damage, plus 1 more is 11 to column 3. That actually kills that shredder, so he's gone. This Forsaken here is going to toss a firebomb over here at the Forsaken beside this Shepherd. 14 defense there, needs a 7 to hit, and misses, so we'll get a deviation. So the AoE came 2 inches, and it's actually going to still connect with both the Forsaken and the Shepherd. Does it also hit Typhon?
Nope. Just misses him.
Just misses him, okay. Shepherd is armor 12, POW 7 on this blast damage, so it's going to be dice minus 5, no damage there. And now on the Forsaken, who has boxes and is armor 14, so dice minus 7, 1 damage. Alright, so this attack is going to shoot a fireball at the Shepherd this time. 7 to hit here. Hits. And I think that's automatically going to kill the Shepherd, because POW 14.
POW 13.
POW 13, sorry, armor 12, will auto kill there. Blast damage on both the Typhon and the Forsaken, so we'll do the Forsaken first, dice minus 7 for no damage. And the Typhon with tenacity is 18. It's going to be dice minus 11, no damage. That's the Shepherd gone. Rupert will activate, going to cast the Heroic Call, which is just a normal call, not a special action or anything, so he can do that, and then advance, which he will do, back towards his edge of the board. Durgen will now activate.
He's gonna spend 1 for Explosivo on Alexia there.
Okay.
I'll mark it with a...
So what does Explosivo do?
It makes my range attack an AoE, but I lose all the benefits of the attack, but she didn't have any anyway, so it's not gonna make any difference there. I'm going to then feat with Durgen to help that spell out a little bit. My feat gives me an additional die on all AoE range attacks, and I gain an additional die on all blast damage.
Very nice. Durgen will then advance over the wall, up between the tack and the risen there, and is he going to take a shot?
He's going for a Hail Mary attack here, and
oh, a Hail Mary. Does that
I don't think
mean
it's going to
Absylonia?
reach. Yeah.
What's the range?
12. 12. So
looks like it's shy by probably a couple inches, maybe an inch.
Yeah, so we're going to hope for some nice deviations with the...
You got your feet up. Blast damage will do probably some damage, so we'll see what happens. So the AoE first deviated actually to the 5 direction an inch. And then because of Dougal, Dustin got to re-roll the direction, and he re-rolled to the 2, which now will catch Absylonia in blast damage.
And also
now,
because of bomb round, so 2 more are going to pop out of their AoE force.
Alright, so we're going to get 2 more deviations from this spot and see where they land. Blast damage here, because of the feat, he gets the additional die. Dustin is also paying 1 to boost the damage, so 4 dice. It's only a POW 7, dice minus 8, but with 4 die, could do some damage here. And he ends up doing 6 damage. Oh no, wait, sorry.
3.
I calculated that way wrong. It's only 3 damage.
Not good.
Absylonia has 1 Fury on her, but unfortunately all the beasts are full, and Dustin took out the 1 Shredder that could have a transfer to it, so she has to take that 3 damage. Off the first Carpet Bomb, it went this way, but it went too far. However, Dustin was able to re-roll the distance and brought it back only 2 inches, so that's going to land on Absylonia. He's boosting the damage roll again here. 4 dice.
Minus 8.
Dice minus 8.
Oh my god.
Oof. Low roll again. 2 damage. Last Carpet Bomb is going to come this way, and it's a 4-inch AoE, so that's going to connect with her 2. So it's going to be boosted damage roll again here. Dice minus 8.
A little better this time, hopefully.
That's a little better.
A little bit.
Does 6 damage, which is average. After those blast damage, Absylonia is left on 4 health. Then Durgen's going to take his extra shot, the reload from Reinhold, and we're going to get a deviation from that point. So we got the first roll, and it actually deviated back over here, which would have missed, but because of that re-roll ability, re-rolled the direction because of Dougal, and it went to the direction 1, just behind Absylonia, and she is going to be caught in that. So enough focus, boosting the damage roll here. 4 boxes left on her, dice minus 8, 4 dice.
12 to kill her.
12 to kill. And that's enough.
Yeah!
With the Durgen
Hail Mary!
Blast damage. You saw it in action with Dougal and Reinhold. Couldn't have done it without them. They make her amazing. Handshake, guys.
There you go.
Good game.